At first glance, Grimorio of Games' newest title, Sword of the Necromancer, seems like a typical top-down roguelike dungeon crawler. However, it soon revealed to contain a mix of elements that elevate it into being a pleasant little package. It's a small experience that can get repetitive at times, but I appreciated its unexpected levels of heart. Sword of the Necromancer's story drew me in from the start. The game follows the story of Tama, a soldier venturing into an unknown dungeon with the hopes of bringing her deceased lover, Coco, back to life with the help of the mysterious Sword of the Necromancer. Character development is surprisingly strong and presented in lovely pixelated vignettes, and the voice acting is beautifully expressive. This lesbian relationship feels authentic and earnest, and seeing Coco and Tama evolve from begrudging co-workers to devoted partners is a treat, which makes it even more heartbreaking to eventually learn the cause of Coco's death. Necromancer is certainly focused more on combat than story, but it made me care about their heartbreaking tale nevertheless. Gameplay sees Tama venturing into a series of rooms littered with enemies and traps, attempting to reach the depths of the dungeon. Along the way, she'll level up, acquire stronger weapons, forage for health, and fight some disturbingly frightening bosses. However, be warned, if she dies, it's back to the start of the dungeon, with all accrued items and half her levels lost. I found this roguelike mechanic to be well done once I got accustomed to it, but it's not clearly explained. To make it more accessible, after dying 3 times, there is an option to turn off the loss of items or to start from the floor Tama perished on. This gives players ways to customize the experience, but Necromancer's most rewarding moments for me came after completing difficult runs on the default settings. While this roguelike approach is fairly common in recent releases, a mechanic which makes Necromancer unique is the ability to revive fallen enemies to fight alongside Tama. Enemy variety in Necromancer is solid, but not expansive, with 20 different monster types of varying colors and hit points. Some monsters are bulky, carrying large swords and shields, while others are frail but attack from a distance with magic or bows. While this feature is interesting to experiment with, the enemy UI isn't the sharpest, and I found myself using my revived foes as meat shields rather than waiting for them to inflict any significant damage. Boss battles come at the end of each floor, and offer some truly terrifying character designs. While these fights are enjoyable, I found myself more concerned with a room full of randomly generated common enemies, as the same bosses pop up over and over throughout Tama's runs. Once the movement patterns of a boss are learned, they can be defeated without much trouble. Sword of the Necromancer is a brief adventure filled with engaging combat and an unexpected amount of heart. Like many roguelites, repeated runs can grow a bit tedious, and a little more visual variety would have been appreciated, but Necromancer is a viable option for someone looking for a bite-sized dungeon crawl. And maybe a good cry, too.
I have nothing left to lose.